This week was full of new challenges and we got a lot to talk about, but first let's talk about our new branding. Triple Packs. Welcome back. If you're new around here, my name is Max and I'm documenting every step of building my Pokemon business right here on YouTube. Over the past few weeks, we've been quietly building up our streaming platform off the back of my business partner's existing brand, but this weekend we finally got back our own branding. So this is Tom. He's first of all one of my really good friends, but he's also a fantastic graphic designer. And we came to him for help actually before the business was even set up. So it was a few weeks ago now, and we asked him to create our new logo and colors for Grail Gallery. It was a bit of a hard sell to the guys because it's a bit of a luxury to splash out on a really high level brand design this early on into the business. I mean, we didn't even have a business at this point, but I have said it before on the channel, I think one of the unique selling points of our business is going to be in design. We really want this to feel really well done and polished and something that we can grow into as we expand. Tom came back with a few different concepts, but one of them immediately stood out to us. The design really captures that premium collectible vibe that we were going for, that's clean, bold, and recognizable. We also locked in a color palette, which will be the foundation for everything from our stream setup to future merch, packaging, everything like that. This branding is going to be the heart of everything we do moving forward, and I couldn't be more excited to build from here. Also, how sick are these icons of the different Pokemon types? So yeah, he's done an awesome job, and it means we've got a lot to work with moving forward. It's crazy to me that just a few weeks ago, Grail was just this small idea that we had, but now that we're seeing the logo for the first time, it's really making that feel real. Now that we've got that out of the way, we can finally get on with this week's stream, but that is where the problems start. So I've just been, as normal, planning out the stream and organising our top prizes and what will be available for sale when we do run the stream, which is when I stumbled onto this Espeon slab from EV Heroes. We had such a good response from the week before with the other evolutions, and of course with the release of Terrestrial Festival, Terrestrial. Everyone is so hyped about these cards, and I just feel like it would make a really great set of prizes that will really interest people. So I've gone ahead and I've ordered that on eBay, along with these three as well. So we've got the Umbreon from, I believe, Brilliant Stars, and then I guess the matching Sylveon from Brilliant Stars also, and finally this EV2, all in a PSA 10, which is even better. Who doesn't love a perfect condition card? Then yeah, I rounded it off with the normal triple blisters, which still give me nightmares. And then also I'm going to be bundling up some packs of EV Heroes as one of the top prizes. They're about £7-ish a pack right now from what I can see, so I think if I bundle them up, they'd actually be a pretty nice prize. So yeah, that is now all ordered, and we just got to wait for it to arrive. And that is exactly what we did. We waited for everything to come in. Days passed and still no packages. I kept refreshing tracking updates. I was messaging sellers, nothing. And the closer that we got to stream day, the more it started sinking in, this might not happen. Well, this isn't ideal at all. So it is stream day, and I can confirm that one of the slabs has arrived, which is this Sylveon, which does look just as nice in person as it does in the pictures. Literally nothing else is here, and I've just been stressing the last 10 minutes trying to work out how we can actually make this stream work, how we're going to deal with this. Obviously, I'm running this business with a couple of mates, and this kind of falls on me to do, so I don't want to have to rearrange and let them down. Also, I don't want to let down the people in the community that were waiting for this stream and have it bookmarked and things like that. Just a few hours left, I had a bit of a decision to make, and that was cancel the stream, don't run it, or dip into my personal collection. I normally find the planning and running of these streams the most fun bit, but letting go of cards that I've been collecting for years did sting a little bit. But I know I got to do it so the stream can go ahead. Sometimes building a business just means making some sacrifices. That's just how it is. But I want this business to do well, and I know that when I look back on this video in a year's time, none of this will even matter. But going forward, yeah, definitely going to look at a more reliable way of sourcing prizes, because I really don't want this to happen again. After that speed bump though, I built up the stream setup, which weirdly feels a little bit harder than it should, but I think it turned out pretty good. Now that we've got the branding done, we can look at getting some custom stuff printed for the backdrop and really get the setup looking perfect.
How are we feeling?
Fucking tired. It has actually been a nightmare this week, genuinely. Okay, we got a lot to cover in this one. The stream was for sure a little bit slower than normal, definitely slower than the other ones we've done more recently. This week we tested running around 100 dips, which is actually our biggest stream to date. The problem is when 100 dips is split into 2 piles of 50 like this, I think people are slightly more hesitant to jump in because finding one of the 6 prizes in a stack of 50 obviously seems a lot more difficult than finding 5 in a stack of 40 or 35, for example. However, once we sold the multi-buy options in our store, so we normally have 3 or 4 buy 10, get 10% off dips and stuff like that in our buy it now section. Once those multi-buy discounts were sold off, people were more likely to jump in and start taking the lower amounts of stuff, and everything kind of went smoothly right after that. So there was a bit of a lull right at the start, but then once we got over that hump, everything was fine after that, really. So yeah, it did mean that we had to stay on the stream a little bit longer than normal. Normally we're kind of in and out in about an hour and a half. This one was about 2 hours, just over 2 hours. So what I'm wondering is if there's a way of incentivizing those bigger purchases to buy way earlier on in the stream without kind of impacting our margins too much. I'm thinking of maybe chucking in some like unique extras into their orders that you can't really buy, but they don't also cost that much, if that makes sense. Things that are laying around in my collection that I don't necessarily care too much about, but I know that someone else would value it. But yeah, if you have any other ideas, please let me know down in the comments. I need your help on this one. So the bit that you've been waiting for, this week, if I just get my numbers up, we did about £1,100 in revenue, and after fees and the cost of our stock, we did about £300 in profit, which is another solid week, despite the issues we had setting up the stream. If this week has taught me anything, it is that I need to plan these streams way earlier and find more reliable suppliers. It's not just about profit, it is about the consistency and running those streams on time. We are making pretty good progress though, so I'm excited to see where the new year takes us. I think the next step for us is probably building out the online store. Now that we have the branding locked in and the streams are picking up, we can move on to actually selling stock that we can get hold of online. I think as well we need to probably try and make a push to get a wholesaler or a distributor so that we can actually buy the products at a cheaper price to then sell them on, because otherwise we're just going to be buying products at retail price and trying to sell them at a higher price and no one's going to buy. So yeah, next week I'll share exactly how we're going to make that happen, so definitely hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video. You can catch last week's video by clicking this video up in the top right here, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.